My sister called me a maid in front of the whole family. She didn't know my boyfriend owns the hospital she's desperate to join. My sister Camilla has always been the family's golden child, the perfect doctor, everyone's pride and joy. And me? I was just the helper who worked at an investment firm, the one nobody took seriously. At my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary gala, in front of 200 high society guests, Camilla decided it was time to put me in my place. She pointed at me and said out loud, "Don't feel bad for her. Someone has to scrub the floors so people like me can shine." What Camilla didn't know, and what would make her nearly faint in less than an hour, was that the elegant man by my side wasn't just my boyfriend. He was Dr. Julian Vance, the owner of the very hospital complex where she was desperate to land a job. And me? I wasn't his assistant. I was the majority shareholder who had just signed her rejection letter before she was even hired. To understand how we got here, you have to understand the hell it was growing up with Camilla. Since we were kids, our parents compared us. Camilla was the golden child. She got good grades, did ballet, and of course went to med school. I was always the scapegoat. My parents said I had no focus because I liked numbers and technology. When we started college, her mask began to slip, but I was the only one who saw it. I worked 2 jobs to pay for my finance degree. Camilla? She lived off my parents' allowance, money they took from their retirement fund just to sustain her elite student lifestyle. I remember one night specifically. I was studying for a macroeconomics exam by flashlight because Camilla had decided she needed the room pitch black for her pre-exam meditation. My father walked into the room, looked at my finance books, and let out a sigh of disappointment. He said, "Harper, why are you wasting your time with this? Why can't you try to be useful like your sister?" Those words hit me like a punch to the gut. I wanted to tell him that the numbers I was studying would be the only thing saving the roof over his head one day, but I just sucked it up. I realized early on that in that house, a person's value was measured by the shine of their title, not their character or hard work. Camilla was the crown jewel, and I was just the gravel beneath her feet. What no one in the family knew was that 3 years ago, when my father's business almost collapsed, I was the one who saved their house. I made an aggressive investment in tech, and within 6 months, I had more money than all of them combined. But I kept it a secret. Why? Because I wanted to see who they really were when they thought I had nothing. The gala was the perfect stage for the disaster. Julian, my boyfriend, is brilliant and incredibly wealthy. He loathes arrogance. When I told him how my family treated me, he had an idea. Let's see just how far their cruelty goes. We arrived at the hall. I was wearing an elegant but understated dress. Camilla arrived like she owned the place, wearing jewelry I knew was fake, though she swore they were diamonds. When she saw us, my mother approached, and instead of a "hello," she whispered in my ear, "I hope you didn't spend rent money on that dress. Your sister needs help with her new car." I just smiled. At the head table, Camilla started the show. She was bragging about how Vance Hospital, Julian's hospital, was the pinnacle of her career. She told everyone she already had inside contacts and that the owner was eager to have her on the team. Julian, sitting next to me, nearly choked on his wine. He had never even heard of her. That's when Camilla decided to attack me to boost her own pedestal. She stood up for a toast and said, "A toast to real success. Not everyone is born for the stethoscope. Some of us, like my sister, were born for simpler roles. But don't worry, sweetie. If you ever get fired from that little accounting office, I'll see if they need someone to clean my clinic. If you don't want to wait for part 2, you can watch the full story on my YouTube channel. Just click the channel link in my profile or search for Lamali's Reddit on YouTube.